A Southern Kentucky mother now faces a murder charge after a crash that took the life of her 3-year-old. The latest on that case just ahead on WKYT News at noon.
The father of a Kentucky teen who was found in New Mexico after her stepmother was murdered is talking about that loss.
It's a good-looking sky out there later on this afternoon. I don't see much of an issue. It's really the next few days off into your weekend where things start to change. I'm going to show you multiple fronts in our forecast. We'll have that coming up.
This is WKYT News at noon.
Good afternoon from WKYT News, Kentucky's #1 midday news. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. A Southern Kentucky mother is in jail charged in the death of her 3-year-old child.
Police arrested Jessica Warner of Russell County after a crash that killed her daughter over the weekend. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has new information about this case, and he joins us now with our top story at noon. Phil?
The crash happened Saturday night just before 8 o'clock here at the intersection of Kentucky 379 and French Valley Road. You can see where some have already placed some balloons and a bear to mark the spot where this 3-year-old child was killed. A very violent two-car collision, police tell us. Police say the child's mother is to blame for the death of the child. They have charged 27-year-old Jessica Warner with murder. According to the arrest warrant, Warner was under the influence of methamphetamines when the crash happened just before 8 o'clock Central Time on Saturday night. Police say she was driving a Honda Civic when she pulled into the path of a 2008 Dodge Ram. The child was taken to Vanderbilt Children's Hospital where she died. Now, Warner remains in the Russell County Jail, again charged with murder. That is the only charge she faces at this time. We called the jail to see if she wanted to talk to us. We were told she thought about it for a little while, but then called us back to let us know that she would not be doing any media interviews. We're going to have a lot more on this later today, but for now, in Russell County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you. Warner is scheduled to answer to the charges Thursday morning in Russell District Court.
New on WKYT News at noon, funeral arrangements have been set for a pregnant woman who was murdered in Lexington. Mariah Coleman was killed on Winburn Drive last week. She was 8 months pregnant. Her unborn baby named Jacoby also died. Coleman's mom tells us a wake will be held from 11 until 1 on Saturday, and the funeral will follow at Consolidated Baptist Church. Coleman's family is also asking that anyone with any information about the shooting to please come forward. Also new on WKYT News this hour, Lexington police have made a quick arrest after a robbery. Police say Michael Cotton walked into the Rite Aid in the Eastland Shopping Center about 10:30 this morning and stole pills and a bag of cash. Officers quickly caught up with Cotton on New Circle Road at Winchester Road. You're looking at exclusive video of police questioning him and taking that bag of cash. Cotton is now facing a robbery charge. We've been tracking this case for nearly 2 weeks, and now we are hearing from the father of a Boyle County teen who disappeared after her stepmother was found murdered.
Now, days after Rhonda Oakley was killed, police found Jenna Oakley and her boyfriend, Kenneth Nye, in New Mexico. Now, Jenna's father is talking about the case. WKYT's Victor Puente has details.
This is the first we've heard from Philip Oakley since his wife, Rhonda Oakley, was found murdered on September 1st. After the murder, Kentucky State Police put out an alert for Oakley's 15-year-old daughter, Jenna. Investigators say they found Jenna and her 20-year-old boyfriend, Kenneth Nye, in her stepmother's car in New Mexico. A criminal complaint shows dispatchers in New Mexico referred to Jenna as the primary suspect of a homicide that occurred in Boyle County, Kentucky. Philip Oakley says he has no doubt who killed his wife of almost 3 years, and he's very angry. He also said Rhonda was his soulmate.
What people say about Jenna, I don't care. Say, feel however you want about her, I don't care. You grow up and you have children, and you know, you say you've got unconditional love for your children. Well, that's not true. That's not true.
This morning, Kentucky State Police confirmed to me that Jenna Oakley is back in Kentucky. Beyond that, they say there isn't much they can say about the case because she's a juvenile. In Boyle County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Kenneth Nye is in a hospital in Texas. Deputies say he tried to hang himself while in jail. Traffic was backed up for hours this morning on New Circle Road in Lexington after an injury crash during the morning rush hour.
It was a tough situation. Police say a man was pinned between two vehicles on the outer loop of New Circle Road near Richmond Road. WKYT's Lauren Miner talked with Lexington police about that crash.
As you can see behind me, the accident has been cleared and cars are moving normal speeds here on New Circle Road going eastbound. About an hour ago, traffic was backed up all the way to Alumni. Lexington police tell us a red truck was pulled off to the right-hand shoulder with the driver standing outside the vehicle fixing a mechanical issue. It was at that time a man driving a gold truck veered off the road, hitting the red truck and pinning the man between the two vehicles. Witnesses on scene managed to pull the man stuck between the two cars out.
It's not safe to be on the side of the road as we see here. But these people, very selflessly stopped and jumped into action to help somebody else.
We were told both men were taken to the hospital. The man stuck between the two vehicles did suffer serious injuries. The man driving the gold vehicle may have been suffering from a medical condition. Reporting in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, thank you. No charges are being filed at this time, and police say the investigation into that crash is ongoing.
Well, it's another warm and sunny day today, but this weekend could be a different story. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is live in our First Alert Weather Center now with an early look at the forecast. Micah?
Yeah, we really haven't had a week like this where it's been mainly dry and it's going to stay that way as we go throughout the rest of the work week. Now, there will be small chances here and there. It's your summertime setup. But for the most part, we're not seeing much rain in the forecast. And I know some of us are thinking, yeah, I kind of need that rain. If you walk outside, see people's yards, I mean, they're kind of brown. They're a little dried up, and some of us do need that rain. But warm day is in store at 87 degrees. The rest of the work week, though, there's just not a great chance. It's fairly quiet, not fully quiet, meaning there is that small chance here and there. How's that going to affect your Friday night football? Because there is a chance during that time, and also the weekend gets pretty active, and I'll show you when that front moves on through. I'm going to show you new data just now coming in on the timing on this, coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, look forward to that. We'll see you shortly, Micah. And police are still looking for the gunman behind an early morning robbery outside a Lexington restaurant. Investigators say it happened around 3 a.m. at the IHOP on Palumbo Drive off New Circle Road. Police say an IHOP employee was taking a smoke break when a man with a gun stole her tip money. The suspect is described as a skinny man, about 5'7", was wearing a gray hoodie and jeans at the time. The woman was not hurt.
Community leaders, healthcare providers, and law enforcement will all be on hand for a community forum in Rowan County tonight to discuss the county's ongoing drug epidemic. It comes after Moorhead Police and Cincinnati Police worked with the DEA to track down a source of heroin in Ohio. So far, they've made one arrest and recovered more than 50 grams of heroin that was intended for Moorhead. Officials say tonight's forum will not only focus on fighting the drug problem, but also on ways to solve it. It starts at 6 o'clock at the Moorhead Conference Center. We have an update for you this afternoon about a Richmond restaurant that was damaged during a fire.
Madison County health officials say the Qdoba Mexican Grill off the Eastern Bypass is expected to reopen in the next couple of days. The restaurant was damaged last night after a fire started on a gas grill in the kitchen. Before the Qdoba can reopen, officials say some gas line work will have to be done and the building will have to be inspected. Thankfully, nobody was injured in that fire there in Richmond. Hillary Clinton continues to face questions about her health after she's taking time off from her campaign to recover from pneumonia. We'll have the latest on the campaign coming up here on WKYT News at noon.
Welcome back to WKYT News at noon. Hillary Clinton is taking another day to recuperate from pneumonia as her campaign deals with questions about both her health and her transparency.
Her rival Donald Trump says he will release more information about his health later this week. Craig Boswell has more on the presidential campaign.
Hillary Clinton's campaign admits it could have released more information about her pneumonia more quickly.
I just didn't think it was going to be that big a deal.
The Democratic presidential nominee was diagnosed on Friday, but didn't tell the public until after video surfaced of her stumbling into a van on Sunday. Former President Bill Clinton tells Charlie Rose this has happened to his wife on more than one occasion.
The same sort of things happened to her when she just got severely dehydrated.
At a campaign stop for Clinton in Charlotte, Vice President Joe Biden had blunt words for her campaign.
The staff acknowledged they screwed up. The staff acknowledged they should have on Friday just straight up said she's been diagnosed with pneumonia and should have listened to the doctor, for God's sake.
The Clinton campaign says it will release more of her medical information in the coming days. Clinton's rival, Donald Trump, also plans to release more medical information on Thursday. Trump is giving Clinton a pass on her health. Instead, he hammered her for calling half of his supporters a basket of deplorables.
You cannot run for president if you have such contempt in your heart for the American voter.
The Republican presidential nominee will appear with his daughter Ivanka tonight to lay out his proposals to make child care more affordable for working families. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
And former President Bill Clinton will be filling in for his wife at events today in California and in Nevada tomorrow.
2 men were arrested after rushing the stage during Ryan Lochte's debut on ABC's Dancing with the Stars. The 2 men were wearing anti-Lochte t-shirts when they rushed the stage while the Olympic swimmer was receiving his scores during last night's live premiere. Now, producers quickly cut to a commercial break. Police say it's unclear whether the men wanted to harm Lochte. After the show, Lochte said he felt a little hurt by the incident. Lochte has been criticized since claiming that he and 3 teammates were robbed at a gas station in Rio during last month's Olympics. Well, 2 gymnasts, one an Olympian and the other from Kentucky, say they were sexually abused by a former longtime doctor for USA Gymnastics. A civil lawsuit filed last week in California claims that Dr. Larry Nassar sexually groped and fondled the teenage Olympian, saying it was part of physical therapy during her elite career. And a Louisville woman told the Indianapolis Star that Nassar sexually abused her while she was being treated for lower back pain at Michigan State University, where Nassar is a faculty member. Well, you hear all about breaking out of jail, but what about breaking into jail?
Police say a man is behind bars in Cincinnati after breaking into the Hamilton County Jail. They said that Chad Saylor climbed a pipe and then hopped a barbed wire fence into the jail. Once inside, he called 911, saying that his life was in jeopardy because 2 men with guns were chasing him. When police got to him, they didn't find anyone chasing after him.
They arrested Saylor because he had an active arrest warrant out for theft. I guess it's where he wanted to be.
Evidently, it's where he thought he should be. All right, more than 100 people from all over the state are taking part in a special summit going on right now in Frankfurt.
Our Mike Byer will tell you what the summit is doing for sexual assault victims when our midday news continues at 12:30.
And we're looking at a beautiful day outside. We do have the weekend storm threat, and that's the main focus in the forecast. And I'm going to go over that with the timing on that coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We're already in the low to mid 80s. Listen, we finished off right here just yesterday for an afternoon high, and we still have about 4 to 5 more hours to go of heating. So that just shows you that it is getting warmer. It's 83 right now in Lexington. Go down into Laurel County, looking pretty good there in London Corbin area. East Bernstedt, not seeing much of an issue there for you guys. And Somerset looking good in the lower 80s. Everywhere you look, there's a lot of blue sky. Maybe a few clouds here and there building, but for the most part, it's a good looking afternoon. No rain in store for today. If there is a pop-up shower, it's extremely slight chance, 10%. Far southeastern Kentucky, you got to get into Harlan County, Bell, Letcher, those areas. Other than that, we're dry. 87 the rest of the day. Then we head off into the evening hours. Evening hours doesn't look all that bad. Now, if you're heading out and about, maybe going out to dinner, catching a break over at the ballpark, all looks good there for the kiddos playing their games later on this evening. And speaking of games, let me tell you this. Wednesday and Friday is your next chances of rain. They're not good chances, but they're the next chance of rain, okay? So you're going to have Wednesday, small chance of rain, and that's going to be the same story for Friday, too. Sandwiched in between there, Thursday looks pretty good because that front will move through on Wednesday and actually bring in some much nicer air there on Thursday. So small chance there for high school football. It is no rain out whatsoever, and I don't see any problems for the most part. There could be a stray shower, stray rumble of thunder, and that's about it. And then a huge moisture plume come flying on in here out ahead of that big front, and that big front will bring us showers and thunderstorms. It still looks like this is new data that are just now talking about, just coming in there for the noon show, is that nothing's really changed. I mean, it looks like a pretty good chance of rain on Saturday and on especially early Sunday there for the day on Sunday. So we got both days with a 60% chance of rain, but if we see it increase, it speeds up just a bit, we'll put the better chances there on Saturday. But I really don't have any doubt you'll have at least a chance of rain on Saturday. It's one of those things that it's not a line of storms that'll last an hour or two. It looks like a big bulk of rain sliding on in. You'll get some heavy downpours out of that, and it could last a few hours, maybe even a little bit longer than that in some spots. So just keep that in mind. With all these events going on this week, and a UK game as well toward the afternoon, kind of looks sloppy.
Yeah.
Doesn't look that good.
What we call socked in, huh?
That's right. Exactly right.
All right. Micah, thank you. Coming back in just a moment on WKYT, a former Wildcat could be representing his country. We'll have the latest on that.
And one of the few bright spots for the football Cats, Dave Baker has sports next.
Checking stocks as we head to break this afternoon. The major market indicators once again up at midday.
As you can imagine, about the last place Mark Stoops wanted to be last night was answering questions on his weekly radio show, including the search for answers about what Stoops said would be an improved defense. On that, the coach said he will become more involved in the defensive unit. When host Tom Leach asked if he could elaborate, Stoops said no. One bright spot for the Cats has been Boom Williams. Through 2 games, Boom has carried the ball 25 times for 165 yards. That's an average of 6.4 per carry, kind of efficiency that the Cats have to keep the chains moving.
You know, our O-line, did a good job, and Boom ran the ball pretty well at times. Again, we just can't. You can't do it, once or twice, and then the next first down, you get a D-line movement and you get -2. Now all of a sudden you're 2nd and 12 and in a world of hurt instead of 2nd and 5.
Wildcats have an opportunity to get back on track Saturday when they host the Aggies of New Mexico State. 4 p.m. kickoff. It's on the SEC alternate channel. Game time also announced for the South Carolina matchup Saturday, September 24th. That'll be 7:30 from Commonwealth Stadium. That game will be televised on the SEC network. On Sunday, J.B. Holmes made a putt that he had to have on the 18th hole to move into the FedEx Championship the next round. That putt was worth a minimum of $300,000. But bigger than that, it may have secured Holmes a spot on the U.S. Ryder Cup team that will compete against Europe in a couple of weeks. Holmes, a captain's pick of Davis Love III on Monday. It's the 2nd Ryder Cup appearance for the 3-time UK All-American. He played a big part in the Americans' win for Captain Paul Azinger in the 2008 Ryder Cup at Valhalla in Louisville. And Kentucky's Leah Edmond has been named the SEC Freshman of the Week for her performance over the weekend in the Bluegrass Battle. The Lexington native and Dunbar grad currently leads all SEC freshmen in kills and kills per set through 9 matches this season. Edmond leads UK with 3.7 kills per set. It's likely the first of many SEC awards to come for the multi-talented freshman. Tonight, on the Big Blue Insider with Dick Gabriel, former UK quarterback Doug Martin. You might be interested in what he's got to say. He's now the head football coach at New Mexico State, who will come to Commonwealth Stadium on Saturday. That comes your way at 6 on 630 WLAP. And guys, that's the look at sports on this busy Tuesday.
All right, Dave. Thank you very much.
There's more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at Noon.
The controversial bathroom bill in North Carolina is back in the news today after the NCAA pulled 7 championship events from the state. That's ahead.
Coming up, over 100 people from all over the state are in Frankfort taking part in a special summit. It's an effort to provide help and justice for sexual assault victims.
Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $122 million. And tomorrow's Powerball jackpot is $222 million.